Greetings. This is John Choque here in Redding, California. I've got a great message today on my blog and on my video today. The message of the blog is faith real? Is faith, F-A-I-T-H, real? Is faith real? How do you know faith is real? How do you know faith is actually a substance, a thing? We throw around that word faith all the time. You know, faith is how we come to God, how we come to Jesus Christ in our salvation. Faith is how we go after a goal, get a job, get married, you know, you name it. Faith is how we live our life. But how do we know faith is real? Or is it just something else? If we know faith is real by our feelings, what happens if our feelings aren't working? Yeah, what happens if our feelings have changed? Does that mean faith has changed? If our feelings don't acknowledge faith, does that mean that faith isn't real? How do we know faith is real? You know, if you are a Christian, born again, spirit-filled, and you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross, and you believe that Jesus paid for our healing, paid for our salvation, how do you know that? If we get saved, we do it by faith. How do you know you're saved? And you say, well, it's because I feel a certain way. What happens if your feelings change? And then, what happens if your feelings stop working? And what are feelings? What happens if you're a depressed person? You're a bipolar person. Feelings are very erratic. You know, I'm doing these videos by faith. And today's message, is faith real, is because I'm struggling with healing. 60 years of age, I've been walking with the Lord since I was 19. Be 40 years, 41 and almost 40, well, April, May be 41 years. But a full, solid 40 years I've been walking with Jesus Christ. I've been spirit-filled for 34 years. Spirit-filled being the evidence of speaking in tongues. And I've seen physical healings. I've seen all kinds of things. Been called in the ministry since I was 19. Been preaching since I was 19. In all kinds of different various ways. And ministry in all kinds of different ways. How do you know faith is real? Why do we get sick? Why do disease attack us? Why did God put Satan on earth rather than some other universe, some other planetary system? Why did he have to put him here where we are? You know, a lot of people don't believe in Satan. You can read the Bible, it's pretty clear. But how do we know even that exists? How do we know Satan exists? How do we know that there is a God? You know, we talk to people who believe in the universal intelligence, who believe in some mystical, magical potion, mystical, magical rocks and flowers and herbs, and that's their God. Yeah, they believe in some hallucinogenic drugs. That's their God. They've created their own God. You know, have I created my own God? You know, why hasn't God healed me? You know, one time he heals me, the next time he doesn't. You know, I just found another spot on my body that you know, has got me so scared that I don't know what to do. That's why I'm doing this video. A lot of people don't do videos because they don't want to put themselves out in front of people. They don't want to look like they're being criticized. I'm doing these videos because it's a blog church. And if I'm not real, you know, people say, well, I cuss because that's the real me. That's baloney. I have, you know, I'm an alcoholic, not me, but you know, somebody says that I'm alcoholic because I'm real, or somebody says I'm a drug addict because I'm just being real, or I grow my hair down to my butt because I'm real. You know, that's not real. What is real? Who are you? And what is faith? You know, this is a difficult message, a difficult video today. It's going to be a difficult blog when I start writing it. I usually do the video first, and then I write. You know, I put my heart and soul into these blogs, these videos. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon is usually when I start my video. You know, it's going to be 8 o'clock tonight before I'm done. It usually takes me 4 or 5 hours to pray, to research, to find what I want to write, to really put my thought into it. Now, sure, the last couple of videos that you know, the short ones you see are usually because I'm on the road trucking. But I'm home. I got home about 1 o'clock this morning, and it's been pretty much of a groggy day trying to wake up after a 1,300-mile trip in about 35 hours, and a little on the tired side. How do you know faith is real? I mean, seriously. You know, when I talk this way, Christians all say, "Oh, John, faith is it's the way I feel. I just know that." How do you know? How does someone know? I've seen people delivered from demons. People say, "Well, I don't believe in demons." And I used to belong to a Satanist church. The last service that we conducted, or that I was involved with, demons showed up. I mean, it was like the Exorcist 10 times over. And I mean, there must have been about 30 people in the house. And I tell you, those demons moved into that house, this one particular service that we were worshiping Satan. And, you know, I look back at it now and I chuckle because people are like, "Oh, that's so funny, you know, I am a devil worshiper," and, you know, and they just think that's funny. They think it's comical. Until the whole atmosphere of the house becomes infiltrated with evilness, and doors begin slamming and shutting, slamming and shutting, and slamming and shutting, and lights go off and on, off and off and on, and the front door opens and closes, and fronts and closes. I mean, the fear that starts to go through the people, the 30 people in that last service that I was in, where finally I just said, "That's it." I mean, it was the most, I mean, things started throwing all over the house. It was like a tornado hit the house. It was just like a tornado hit the interior of that home. It was a, you know, 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, you know, a typical tract house that we were in. And, you know, we were doing drugs. And, you know, you do drugs, you get high, and you know, you do all your, you know, your witchcraft stuff, and people laugh at witchcraft and think it's all funny and stuff. And people just don't realize. People don't realize the consequences of Satan, of demons. They just don't understand. And, you know, I spent 6 years in deliverance ministries out of Oklahoma City. I've seen things that people would just, the movies wouldn't even print. I did a radio show for a while, and the radio show was, it blew the whole auditorium. Everybody was just shocked. I mean, they couldn't even speak. All the guys behind the windows, the glass, whatever that is, where they're doing all their electronic stuff, they were freaked out. It was the most bizarre. Every time I did a show, it was bizarre. It was. Anytime I did an altar call, anytime I talked about demons, people would laugh in the audience. Laugh, ha 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 ha. Because they think Satan's funny. They think it's a joke. They think the devil's a joke. If the devil's a joke, then is God a joke? Are you a joke? I mean, seriously, is life a joke? Or is it real? And how do we know life is real? How do we know God is real? How do we know faith is real? How do we know that Jesus Christ is real? I mean, I'm not talking about, obviously the man himself is real because, you know, it's written in history books, secular Roman history books. Yes, we know that for a fact. Seriously. I hope I get you thinking. I really do. I hope you think and think and think about reality. Because reality, my friends, is real. And how do we know reality is real? Well, I guess we really don't, do we? And we really don't know if faith is real. And we really don't know if Jesus is real. And we really don't know if God is real. And we really don't know if Satan is real. And we really don't know about anything that's real. But you know what? What happens if it is? What happens if all this, what I'm talking about, is real, and you haven't taken care of business? And I'm talking about the business of salvation. But you need to receive Jesus Christ right now and repent of all that garbage. Repent of worshiping the devil. Get delivered from drugs. Get delivered from Satan. Get delivered from all that prostitution. Get delivered from all that alcohol. Get delivered from all the drugs. Get delivered from all that garbage that destroys people's lives. Get delivered from the robbery, the killing, the stealing. Get delivered of all that stuff. Because, my friend, it could be real. And you need to be ready. Turn on to Jesus, my friend, by receiving Him. Just by simply just like I just said, Jesus, if you're real, here I am. Thank you, my friend.